everyone, and welcome. This is the fourth in a series of tallow bars that I'm making, following up on the orange, lemongrass, lavender, and this one is going to be cedarwood. I'm making these with my most popular scents of lotions, my most popular scents in soaps, and sort of formulating them in my Bison formula, and which is just Bison tallow with no other ingredients. This one's going to be colored with black walnut and coffee. Just a bit of a very fine ground powdered coffee, just to give it sort of that dark, sort of that rich espresso brown, which I think goes really well with cedarwood essential oil. So let's go ahead and get our water mixed in with our oils to get our batter going. Now I am soaping at a higher temperature. Let me check right here. We are at 126 degrees because it is so cold. Right now we're in the 40s here, which is wonderful. And so the house, of course, is much colder too. I haven't even turned on heat yet. So this oil will cool really quickly, especially when I add the cooled lye water to it. And this will just help prevent it from seizing up a little too quickly, since it's 100% tallow, as I've talked about in other videos. So here we go. I'm going to separate out some here, so I'm going to pour in my infused tallow here before it gets too cool. I don't know, ought to be about enough. I'm being a little sloppy, aren't I? Here we go. Let's give this just a... You know what? I forgot to add in my essential oils. Oops, and look what I just did. Okay, so I'm doing this with it still very fluid, and I apologize. I went ahead and poured that extra, the brown that I had, went ahead and poured that on the top. I'm going to go ahead and just try to do some sort of a pattern here. We'll see how it turns out. And I'm doing it, like I said, still quite fluid. Because it's cold and rainy outside, I've got cats just outside a bunch of cats. Outside my door, hear meowing, as you can hear. Which I guess I should be happy, and I am, that they like to be around me, but when I'm busy, I prefer that they find other things to do. I'm overlapping a bit much here, aren't I? When you're only doing a solid or single color edition, it isn't as pretty as if I were doing, 2 or 3 different colors. But again, I'm trying to keep these pretty simple. A single color, a single essential oil. The request was that I simply add fragrance and color to my Bison bars. And I've had a lot of those requests because people like the soap, but they also would like it scented. So that is what I've done. Okay. Now let's cut it. Okay, so let's see what we've got. I wish I'd added just a bit more of the black walnut to get a darker brown. The cocoa powder does kind of give it that lighter, tanny look. Let's see how these compare to the lavender. Hold on. Okay. This is the lavender from yesterday, and this is the cedarwood. Now, obviously, this has swirls because I did an in the pot swirl on it, where this was just a solid pour. But right now, they're very similar. Now, this will look less lavender. That much I do know. As it cools and, not cools, I mean as it dries over the next few days. Hopefully by the time you see the pictures, it looks much darker than they do now, but I don't know. They smell divine. I love cedarwood. Are you a fan of cedarwood? I really do like it very much. Oh, my glove is kind of rolled up and slid down there. So, it has been cold here. Didn't get down to freezing, just down to the mid-30s, upper to mid to upper 30s. Nothing too cold, but certainly the house dropped. Temperatures have dropped significantly. Actually started my first fire of the year a little while ago. And it's so nice to have a wood burning fire going. It's just puts me in the holiday spirit, as it were. And I've been just in a fantastic mood. I'm not, as I have discussed, I think in other videos, I'm not an overly cheery person. I don't think. I have my moments. And sometimes I think in my videos, people think that I'm perhaps not that sincere when I'm positive, and this comes from the work that I did. I worked in management, and back then, not so long ago, we're talking about less than a year ago, but back then I suffered from a lot of depression. But in the job that I worked, I certainly couldn't express depression while trying to help other people. deal with their concerns at work, their what's going on in their own lives and things. So I learned how to pretend. And I think even in this sort of scenario that sometimes I have to be careful not to pretend. Obviously, I don't want to come on and sound all depressed, which I'm not depressed. I am in a great state of mind at this point. I guess that's my whole point, is that I'm feeling really good about life in general. And I know, yes, recently I talked about the event that happened here on the farm, but that didn't cause me nearly as much upset or concern as it once would have. And I think because I've moved beyond, finally, and it took years, moved beyond mourning the dead. And I do believe that when we lose people that we love, whether it be a lover, whether it be a parent, whether it be any family member, I won't dig too deep into that aspect, but I think that those sort of things scar us for life. And I treasure those scars now. I didn't always. But I will say that they've made me more empathetic. They've made me more understanding. And they've made me, I think, a better person for having gone through those things. Does that mean that I think you have to go through such things to be a good person? I do not. But I do think that it does serve a purpose, or I should say that a purpose is served by going through a difficult time. It doesn't mean that going through those times is a good thing. But anyway, my point is that for years, every time the holidays would roll around, it was very bittersweet for me. I've talked about in previous videos years ago, I think, that I used to collect Christmas ornaments from all over the world. I had family ornaments that meant a lot to me, and Christmas was just such a wonderful time of celebration and time to be with friends and family. And when that was all gone, as people died off and it was just me, the holidays took on a really bittersweet kind of a melancholy feel, and I didn't enjoy them nearly as much. But that has changed over the years. I guess a lot of that comes from learning to like myself better, getting a bit of self-confidence, a bit of positivity in regard to my own self-worth, because my self-worth often came from taking care of other people. And nothing wrong with that, I don't think. But that shouldn't be the only place you get your self-worth. It needs to come from within. And that is something that I've had to learn. And that's how to find the positivity within myself and the things about me that are positive and that are beneficial to me and to others. And I will tell you that I have done that. I feel like I am at a place in my life now where I like me okay. Is there room for improvement? You bet there is. The minute we stop learning and improving, we're dead. And, that's, as long as you're alive, you have the ability to grow and to learn and to do good, hopefully. And if you've learned nothing else from me, I hope that you'll learn this, and that is that you have value. It may not be expressed to you from others. Maybe you don't have anyone in your life that tells you how wonderful you are. or let you know when you screw up. We need that too, don't we? But if that's all they're doing, that's probably not the best influence for you to grow and to be better. And I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do with their lives or how to live your life. I'm just letting you know that I truly do believe that you have to learn to, we all have to learn to treat ourselves better. And sometimes that does come at the expense of relationships. And hopefully you can find a way to maintain both, but we can't always. Not everybody has our best interests at heart. And it's important for you to have your own best interests at heart. Because you can't depend on someone else to make you happy. They can certainly help facilitate that happiness, but another person can't assign your value. Positive, whether it's good or bad. There are parents out there that tell their kids, you can be anything, you are the best, you are a prince, you are a queen, you're a princess, those sort of things. That's not always probably the best thing to teach a child. Oh, when they're real little, is it okay to say you're a little prince or princess? Of course. And hopefully that's part of their Halloween costume at some point too. But it's also important that they be told areas where they can grow and be stronger, and be a better citizen, right? Anyway, I'm on my soapbox. Ha ha ha. But I just wanted to, I could just play music while I'm doing this, and not say a word, but I burst with the need to just talk and be heard. And what's great about YouTube or any kind of social media, I guess, is that you have the ability to just shut it off, to turn it off if you don't like what you hear or you don't like what you see. This end piece, I don't know, what is that? Okay, this one's going to be a keeper, I can tell you already, because what is that? I'm not sure. It looks like a different color soap. I wonder if there was something left on the mold, and this is an end piece, but that's a keeper piece for me. Anyway, sorry, I ramble and then I lose my train of thought as well. But I do hope that you're all doing wonderfully. I hope that you have a very happy, maybe a little scary Halloween. And what are your plans for the holidays, for Thanksgiving, Christmas if you celebrate that, or Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa, Ramadan, whatever. I don't know all the holidays and when they are, but I would be curious to know if you celebrate any holidays and how you celebrate them. Let me know in the comments. All right, everyone. If you haven't subscribed, I hope that you'll consider it. It really does help me here on YouTube. If you do subscribe, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment if you like. I really appreciate you so much. Have a terrific day, and I'll see you back soon. Goodbye.